No, I was just saying, right, Deepa. It's okay, right? I call you Deepa.
That's perfectly fine.
Deepa. So there are 5 areas that I want to talk about with you today, right? So 5 areas I want you to tell me. I mean, they're all important. I know they're all important to us as women. But which one actually matters to you most at this point in life, right? So the first one would be, say, business, career, and financial. Okay. Second one would be family, relationships, marriage. Third, parenting and children. Fourth, health and wellness, everything to do with inside and outside health.
Sure.
And fifth, of course, is about personal growth. Yeah, it's all about, yourself.
Yeah.
Which of these areas actually is the most important to you at this stage of your life?
I think all those areas are equally important, to be honest, and I think to some extent all of us are working on a little bit of each one at every point of our lives. But if I had to choose one, then it would probably be personal growth. So yeah, that takes precedence over the others.
Yeah. So in the context of personal growth, I'm going to ask you, so think about this. Unconsciously, think about it unconsciously. Okay, so personal growth, what are you best at? Are you best at starting things? Are you best at changing things? Or are you best at stopping things?
Wow, okay. So I would probably have to go with stopping things.
Okay. So you're best at stopping things.
No, sorry, I'm the worst at stopping things. I would think it would be the middle one, changing things.
Okay, so changing things. And what are you worst at?
Stopping things. Definitely.
Stopping things.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you, in the context of personal growth, what is it that you've always wanted to have, but you haven't had it yet?
Well, I think in many things, in terms of personal growth, for me, mental health is really important. So I've always wanted to learn how to meditate. Unfortunately, it's always been somewhere at the back of my list of things to do, Something that I do eventually want to do, but maybe have not had the time, or it has not been prioritized enough. Other things keep coming to the forefront. But it is definitely something that
So if you were to see, so if you were to say, I want to be able to meditate, right? Frequently, easily, and stuff like that. So what is it that's really stopping you from getting there? Getting to the point where you could meditate and get the skills, learn it, and do whatever. What's that one thing that stops you?
I think it's having so many other things to do, As much as it is important, but sometimes a lot of, how should I put it, things which are related to whether it's family or whether it's to career, whether it's to academics, being in this line, in medical line, you're always expected to improve on yourself. So sometimes that takes precedence because that's urgent and so that becomes the forefront of what you're supposed to do. However, I believe that to do whatever it is that you want to do, you also need a lot of inner peace, the mindfulness, which meditation offers. However, sometimes you put these things at the back of your head and say, somehow, someday I'm just going to, I'm going like a train, I'm going to keep on doing or achieving whatever it is that I want to do. And this thing, because I don't really, how should I put it, you don't see the immediate result of it, right? Like working hard on an exam, for example, if you're studying, then you see results. Or if you work harder at your job, you probably see some sort of progress. Things like meditation are very abstract, very subjective. You may not see the concrete results straight away. So maybe in that sense, that's why you tend to put it, at the
back and say we'll come
back
to it.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. It's not important, it is, but, it's a goal that you've just been keeping.
So that's the thing, right? It's when we talk about, so whenever I have conversations with people about things that they really wanted to have, like, I wanted to have certain things many years ago, but never did, because there's always some reasons of why I'm not doing it. The point is, I think at times we tend to look at, the strategies that I need. I need to attend a class. I need to know how to meditate. I need to know all the steps. I need to go for the guru classes. But if we were to take 10 steps back, or just one step back a day, right? Have you thought about just taking baby steps and doing little small meditation on your own? My question to also a lot of women is, when your alarm clock rings, what's the first thing you do?
If I'm late to work.
Okay, see?
I gotta get my doctor to. I've got to make sure that she's on time.
What else? So that's the thing, right? Our mind get into this rat race world. Right? So the minute the alarm clock rings, there are a couple of things that people do. Either you snooze or you reach up for your phone.
Yeah.
And you check your messages,
Of course.
you do your scrolling, and you
Yeah.
spend like half an hour
Yeah.
in bed. Or some people jump out of bed because like, oh my God, I'm late, I gotta
Yeah.
do this and that.
Yes.
But there's one more step that I would advise people who really want to get into meditation or wants to learn how to sort of know what your intentions are. You hear that little voice that's inside you, or even say, hey, what am I going to do today? What do I want to achieve today?
Yeah.
Is what I call a 60-second meditation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's all it takes, 60 seconds for a start, right? So alarm clock rings, and you know, right? I mean, you're a doctor, you know that, our unconscious mind is so powerful.
Oh, definitely.
And everything is just a program.
Yes.
And this is what I do. And I've asked my 14-year-old to do the same. So it all starts with only 60 seconds. That's all for a start.
Yeah.
So when the alarm clock rings, pick up the phone,
Mm-hmm.
right? You turn it off, so there's no snoozing.
Right.
So anybody who snoozes basically just clears out all the snoozing. And it's just one time,
Mm-hmm.
right? The alarm clock rings, you wake, you get up, you don't get out of bed.
Okay.
You still sit on the bed, facing whichever, whether you're going to face a window or whatever it is. Find your spot.
Right.
And what we get into a peripheral vision.
Mm-hmm.
So the peripheral vision is looking for a spot in front of you, right? Just slightly above your eyes, so it's just say about a couple of cm above your eyes. And just sit on that and take what we call a 60-second meditation. It's a me time, which means you take the thoughts from outside in. And in that 60 seconds, you decide what kind of a day do you want to have today.
So it's basically mindfulness before starting your whole day.
Oh, absolutely. Because what's meditation? So just think about it, right? What's meditation? So meditation is about focusing on things that you want to focus on.
Yeah.
Not the rat race, not what's around you, but what's inside you.
Correct. Yes.
So you're bringing thoughts into yourself. You're getting into the state of calmness, and you're really, really having conversations with yourself. And that's what meditation. So some people can meditate for 10 minutes, some people meditate for half an hour, some people, right?
Yes.
But because people like us, we have kids to send to school.
Definitely.
So the best thing is to begin your day with a 60-second. We think it's short.
Yes.
It's not, because 60 seconds of a me time away from the rat race feels pretty long.
Definitely.
Right?
I think it sets the day, it sets the tone of the day.
Of course it does. It does, because what we do is, we get into our seat and then we go into a peripheral vision. So we basically look in front.
Yeah.
And then when you look in front and though you're looking at one spot, you're bringing your thoughts from outside to inside. You're bringing everything in. You are definitely in a state of calmness, because when you get into peripheral vision, you're in a state of calmness, and then that's where you set your day and your mood and your pace, and that's where you tell yourself there's no rush, because you know what you need to do today.
Yeah.
You have to send your daughter to school, you have to get to work, you have to see your patients, and at the end of the day, this is what you need to achieve.
Yeah.
You pick her up, you come back home.
Correct.
Right? And that 60-second is the time where we call is a me meditation time. And once you master that, it becomes so norm, then you go on to 60 seconds to 120 seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And 120 seconds to another 180 seconds. And you do a 3-minute meditation, which is more than enough every day. Every single day you do that.
So it's baby steps. The most important thing is taking that first step
Yes.
in the right direction.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter, no matter how small, how little time it is, but the most important thing is that you started.
Yes, because you're talking about consistency.
Yeah.
So what's the point of getting into meditation for half an hour meditation once in a blue moon, compared to 60-second meditation every day for 365 days? I mean, that moment that you have, the 60-second moment that you have, that is your time. That is your personal growth time, because every second that you meditate is part of your personal growth.
Definitely.
Because you're having conversations with yourself, right? And then you can then master the rest. You train your mind to do that 60-second. And then you train your mind to say, how do I have conversations with myself that's healthy?
Yes. Yes.
Right? So you get all these things about rushing here, about, having to feel guilty when you don't finish this.
Yeah.
Everything is thrown out the window because you only have 60 seconds. So what are you going to tell yourself in these 60 seconds?
I think 60 seconds is very doable.
Yes.
When you put it that way, 60 seconds is very doable, right? It's about it's also about reframing the way that you think and how you're going to actually face the day. You may have things which are stressful, which are planned for the day, but I think being in the right mindset tends to make it a lot easier.
It does.
Right?
I mean, people like women who have kids that you need to send to school, right? When you're late, your kids are late. When your kids are late, you're late, right?
Yes.
So that whole state of rushing and being in that state of
Fight or flight. It's fight or flight.
Yeah, that doesn't create a very kind of nice pace for the day,
Yes.
right? Not for you, not for your children.
Definitely.
So having that within yourself, and then eventually having that 60-second meditation with your children, eventually sets them to know what is called a me time,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So if you have a me time of 60 seconds every day to begin your day, completely change. And you do it tomorrow onwards, you suddenly realize that, oh my God, my day has changed.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
I'm so calm, I'm a lot calmer.
Yeah.
I know what I have, I compartmentalize my day, I know what it is, I know the outcome, and I set myself for it. And that's the importance of setting your intention. So all intentions have to be set in the first 60 seconds of the day.